this mood.
Yeah. So should we talk about the Pope?
We should talk about
the Pope. So the Pope has a new album out.
Wait. Does the Pope have an old album?
I don't think so. I don't think any popes have released albums.
I didn't research this. I feel like we're slacking off. We should have researched this.
Whether there were other Pope albums?
Whether there were other Pope albums. Because I feel like there might have been. Well, I don't know because no, I mean
we're not counting like church music, right? Technically not like ever like
not like
most of
paid
Bach
for by the Pope,
right?
But like the Pope performed on it in some way. Yeah, because who knows? Like maybe in like 1934, there's like a vinyl, and it's like Pope Jams, Volume 1, and it's like Party Pontiff.
Yeah,
and let's just write one right now. Let's just write a Pope album.
Well, and to be fair, we like it's probably the same format. Which, if you haven't heard the Pope album yet, is like there's like a recording of the Pope at some point that starts playing. Like that's basically his contribution.
So it's like Pope samples.
Yeah, it's pretty much. So he sampled the Pope.
It was more like the inspiration, and this is the remix.
But at the same time, not in like a modern. It's not like. I don't do a good Pope impression.
I don't know what the Pope sounds like.
He sounds like some old Italian guy. Although wait, no, he's not actually Italian though.
Right, he's South American.
Yeah,
he's like
so he just
Chilean or Argentinian
so he has
or
like
something.
an extra weird like. But I mean, I assume he's been living in the Vatican.
He's
City
probably
for a while.
highly involved in Vatican stuff. Well, the other thing is when people speak English, right? Like, so there's this I think he's Indian dude on Tough right now, but like his family migrated to Germany, so he sounds German because that's where he learned to speak English.
Yeah.
So like maybe the Pope learned English in Italy.
Yeah.
Like, and
well, it sounds like it. That's
so
what it
sounds like. An Italian guy
from the thing. Oh man, I don't know. So should we just listen to some of this?
Yeah, we should play some. I mean, unless we want to have like a brief history of
Pope jams
of the church's appropriation of other culture. I get no, because we need to present, because people might not know. We need to present the otherness of this because it doesn't sound like Bach. It's not like Bach .0, the remix,
right?
Silent rave featuring the Pope. Like, yeah, it's pretty.
So I'll give the quick
departure
back information on this, which is. Let's see.
Yeah, tell them who's in the band.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's what this.
Because it's not just like these aren't the praise. This isn't the praise band. This isn't the chorus leader from your archdiocese. They got guys who have put out albums before. They're professional musicians.
Yeah. Let's see.
I wish I could say I use that term loosely, but it's actually the correct term. Believe it or not, astoundingly.
All right, so so not the entire album, but several of the songs. The album is called Wake Up, and the first track is called Wake Up, Go Forward. Each one of those has an exclamation mark after it.
Oh, I was going to say comma, but no, they have exclamation mark. You got to get excited about the Pope.
So
your reading of that did not inflect exclamation points.
Well,
Are you not excited about the Pope?
Wait till you hear
we're making a podcast about this.
But wait till you hear the Pope
jazzed.
sample. Like even the Pope sample, I was kind of like, Pope's whatever. So
he's assuming you're already awake. This is not like, it's not like a spoiler alert. It's not like alarm clock music.
Well, by the time his part comes in, like you should have already been woken up by this prog rock song.
See, Pleasant Shade of Grey has an alarm clock at the end, whereas Wake Up does not have an. It's like backwards.
That's true. So
also prog rock. Oh wait, was I not supposed to give that away?
So Tony Pagliuca.
Matt is clearly Italian.
Yeah, Italian's not one of my things. So it's his. Oh, this band's been around since the 70s.
Right. No, they are a real legit.
Yeah,
prog rock ensemble.
Yeah, called Le Orme.
I think it's Le Orme.
Le Orme.
But
you know
me and prog rock.
Right.
Not really like.
It says that. Okay. Well, he says in the 70s, I founded the prog rock band Le Orme and topped the charts. Toured Italy and UK.
Pagliacci though, or whatever his name is. Not
Pagliuca.
Not the Pope.
Right.
You gotta
back in the 70s, in my Prog Rock days.
Oh wow! What are we? Is this a Super Mario Brothers cartoon?
That's what it's getting. No, that's what my Pope impression sounds like. They're the same
not,
one.
It's not offensive at all.
It's a Pope. It's a Mario. You know.
Why didn't we just record this episode at pizzeria? Like,
so we could get kicked out of it at the same time. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So
what's that email address, Matt?
Hate mail at yourmusicisbad.com. Did I just get one?
Yeah, it's blowing up.
Tinder, which I don't use anymore, so it's weird to suddenly get a match.
Message her right now. Message your Tinder match and be like, "Yo, I'm recording a podcast about the Pope. What's up? What's up? I'm Popecasting.
Popecasting. What you doing?
Should we give a shout out to Jackie's podcast? Because I feel like this is an activity they should do on theirs.
There are too many babies in your photos.
But why did you swipe? I don't know which way you swipe on Tinder. Why did you swipe in the approving direction?
I didn't. I was looking through the photos.
Oh.
And then I saw a child.
Wait, so then how did you get notified?
No, it just notified me I had a match.
Right, but you had a match, right? Does that mean you had to swipe to her?
But the existing matches always come up first. Is what I've been told. Like when you bring it up, if there's existing matches,
there are people who
they don't say which one it is, but one of the first 3 or 4 uggos there, you're like, because that's what always happens. You're like, oh, you got a match, like, oh, okay, and then it's not even that it's like a secret match, right? It's like somebody liked you, so if you like them too, but you bring it up and you're like, no,
right, no, yeah. And actually, so I did when I was in Chicago, I used Tinder for like a hot minute before I realized that I don't know if it was terrible or Chicago is terrible or what. But because you set the radius to be like super small because you don't have a car, whatever. And you bring it up and it would show you like 4 girls who are like 10 miles away. And you're like, and so then I'm like, well, what? Oh yeah. Okay. They swiped to me.
Logistically, New York's probably the best city for it, just in terms of like a 2-3 mile radius. You have, most of the city. Or like in Manhattan, people who come to Manhattan, right, are going to pop up on your thing. So you don't have to live here, but if they live or work in Manhattan, they come up in the thing. But now I guess with all the there's like a limit on how many you can swipe and stuff like that. And
whatever. I'm just going to make my own dating app.
But like I said, I don't even really use it.
Yeah.
But it was still just like, hey, you sure you don't want one of these?
You should just message someone right now and be like, sup?
You can't. You need a match to message someone.
You don't have any matches right now because you haven't been on a while.
But even when I do go on it a little bit, it has it's changed. Like everyone's I guess super stingy with their matches or whatever, and I probably need new pictures. But
all right, well, just message that girl that you probably should have texted sooner and you didn't. You're like, fuck, now it's too late. A solid come back to that would be like, Popecasting.
So should we listen to this? And
All right. Pope out the jams.
Pope out the jams.
Wake up, Matt. It's pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Isn't this a Van Halen song? Isn't this right
Mother?
Now? Oh, yeah. Even better.
I like it to be like father instead of mother because it's like
I like how they worked in the electric organ.
Yeah, that's where the comment was. Why does this sound like Ghost? Kind of does too.
I think the random comment I saw was like shits fire AF or something like.
I'm watching for particularly interesting comments too.
Very restrained guitar tone, very stately in its popeliness. Oh, now he's kicking out the jams.
Yeah, this is where we get all prog rocky.
It sounds like that band that was at your high school where a couple guys knew how to play, but they were really unsure of everything, and so they played really stiff.
Yeah. And now these samples of horns.
Yeah, the synth brass section is not doing it for me.
Well,
Is
when
this
he
like-
formed his prog rock band in the 70s.
Is this like a breakfast sausage commercial? Or like... When in the 70s, they had to have real horns. Because,
Yeah. Well, I mean, like the earliest synth horns were really synth
Wake
horns.
up. Wake up.
It's me, the Pope. Wake up.
This word speaks of a responsibility which the Lord gives you. It is the duty to be vigilant, not to allow the
Wait.
pressures, the
Shit, I gotta-
temptation, and the sins.
Missed
I can't like
choice
stop
comment.
the comments, but not stop the song.
Right.
You know, so I gotta.
So we'll have to
Our
inspect them later.
Yeah,
sensitivity to the beauty of holiness, to the joy of the gospel. Today, responsorial psalm invite us constantly to be glad and
Is he saying he himself
joyful.
needs to wake up? Because he sounds very asleep.
No
This is like
one
sleep
whose
poping.
lips can sing, dance, or rejoice.
Like he sounds like he was heavily drugged.
Yes.
Or maybe he just
No.
drank a lot of the wine.
A little too much.
I see. Some people who sleep.
Robotron?
No.
What?
Wake up.
No, he's robo tripping, dude.
Whoa.
This is the Pope's
Go ahead.
progressive robo trip album. He's targeting red kids.
The thing is,
Dear young
there's
people,
actually still vocals
God,
like at the end.
Our God has blessed us.
Oh yeah, there's like singing.
From Him
Yeah.
we have received mercy, a sword of God's love. Go out.
Because it's
I
got to
mean, not
ramp
by
up.
the Pope. He's not going
Right.
to suddenly like break into song. This isn't like his monologue leading up to the number.
Friends, co-workers, neighbors.
No, but they know something about form.
Everyone
They know
has
like you got to ramp up to it. See, then
Right.
now we're getting the
No,
kind of the
it's
double time groove on the ride, and then
Yeah.
like
Well, it kicks ass at the end. Like after the.
that's what I'm saying. They're building up to something. These prog rock guys, they know a thing or two about how to structure a 13-minute song.
Wake up.
There it is.
Yeah, give it to me. Rejoice. Oh, there's those horns.
Surprisingly good, says one of the comments.
Surprisingly dishonest comment.
Way too many comments about Dragon Ball.
Why do they have the same like guitar tone? It's a very 80s guitar tone.
I don't know. I mean, I don't recall Dragon Ball having a particularly distinctive guitar tone.
I never watched Dragon Ball. So
I didn't either. That's, I mean, but I like saw it once or twice on, and I guess it kind of sounds like J-Rock or something, if you think about it.
If by that you mean like there's 80s guitar tone and there's words
Yeah.
I don't understand, then sure.
Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of pretty much.
Is that
what I
the
meant.
end? Is that the end?
It's 5 minutes.
So
Wait, what's
so
happening?
SoundCloud will then like jump to the next suggested. It would have been
Right.
hilarious if like your next thing it suggested for you was like extremely profane, but I guess you don't spend enough time on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
No, so I don't know. So the thought that occurred to me while we're listening to that is, by doing this podcast, are we doing the Lord's work or are we going to hell? Which is it? Because I'm actually a lapsed Catholic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's why I was going to give a little.
Well, I
We
mean,
should talk about the music first, but I wanted
talk
to give
about
a
the
little.
music before we alienate everyone with religion.
I wanted to talk a little bit about the history of the Catholic Church's outreach endeavors, if you will. But no, that whole track, it's just, I don't know. I guess the overarching question is just why.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, it's. I mean, okay, so
The music is bad. I feel bad for listening to it, and I
Yeah.
feel bad for the people who recorded it.
Yeah.
In the spirit of the podcast,
I mean, I feel like it could have been a lot worse. It's definitely not as bad as what I expected.
The Pope
but-
could have tried to play on it.
Right.
Like they have the sense to get professional musicians, and then they were like, "Could you write some really outdated music.
Well, plus, I mean, obviously, again, they picked a guy who was in a prog rock band, and I thought from hearing it, like, maybe a recent one, I don't know, he's Italian, I wouldn't know, but apparently from the 70s. So not only is he like, prog rock isn't a way to go. That's not a way to reach any young people, is the progressive 70s rock.
Well, but unlike your accent, they wanted to go for the authentic prog.
Right.
When prog was a thing in the 70s. And in Italy is like it still happens. I mean, that's like, is that the national music?
They do make a lot of silly metal too.
Yeah, I feel like, is that the national music of Italy? Prog rock? Is that? Because I feel like it could be.
Could be, but then like there aren't that many big prog bands from Italy.
There aren't many big prog bands from anywhere.
There's more like metal bands I can think of from Italy than like actual prog bands.
Mad Sword.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of like
Rhapsody.
Yeah, like
Italian.
Like more power metal. But,
Labyrinth was Italian,
right? I know.
Labyrinth was, yeah.
But where do you think they got their sensibilities from?
Return to Heaven Denied. Oh man, that's who they should have got. Is fucking Labyrinth.
They're like, we're already on the Heaven
like,
train.
Return to Heaven now permitted. It'd be like part 3.
It'd be part 3
but with the blessing of the Pope.
It'd be like part 3 at the gates. The parentheses, the good way.
The good way
with the Lord. Saint Peter.
But in the first one, he was turning back.
The troubadours.
He was turning back to the Heaven Denied.
Oh yeah.
I didn't really listen to Return to Heaven Denied.
I didn't even really
like
listen
once.
Well, even though I listened to the first one a billion times,
Right.
I can't tell you like what the songs are about.
Oh yeah, no.
Because it's like it's nonsense.
Right.
There's something
When you
about
actually-
there's something about Moonlight. That's all I know.
Moonlight Shining is the words I could get from the first song.
And there's something about Returning to Heaven Denied.
Yeah, I could always usually make out just like the titular line.
Right.
Of the song.
There is the titular line in like every song because it's very
to New Horizons Fly.
okay. See, you already remember more than now that you say that I remember it. But,
Lady Lost in Time.
oh yeah. Yeah, and they
then
say
the rest
that,
of that
like
is
a
just,
million times.
Oh, lady, blah 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 blah. Yeah, and they just repeat
no, the rest
it.
of the time it's
And then, well, my favorite. I mean, the reason I bought the album in the first place is because, like a thunder, my rage could explode right in your face.
Is that seriously?
That's the song Thunder, which was like the badass riff.
Wait, is that why the second album was called Sons of Thunder?
Maybe they're like, that song's so good, let's just name them.
They're like, the explosion led to our birth.
Yeah. But no, that's the chorus to Thunder is like a thunder, my rage could explode right in your face.
Dude, that should be like the new UFC song.
It should.
They just changed it up though, so it's going to be like another 6 years. They redid. We should actually talk about that sometime. How they redid the bro metal. Now it's like it's a remix of that Stem song.
Oh yeah.
So it's even funnier, but it actually doesn't work as well because it used to be pretty effective at getting you pumped up. But this remix, it's just like I don't know, man. But no, it's like this Pope thing. I don't. Like, what are they?
Well, okay, so obviously...
Who do they expect to listen to this not ironically?
Right, well, and that was the thing. Like, if they really wanted to reach a young audience, and they sampled his part anyway, shouldn't it be Pope EDM? Like, shouldn't this be like...
No, there should be like...
in the club, like, wake up, in the club, wake up. And then the sample, that part of it, the whole title... The fact that like every word is with an exclamation, wake up, go, like it says go twice in the title. Wake up, go forward. Not wake up, go forward. Wake up, go forward. But
so I realize that you're of the tribe, Matt, but if you go ahead and make this album now, I could totally probably get you canonized. Like,
if I could,
be like, you're like, I mean, I'm doing the Lord's work.
My dad's family is Irish Catholic.
So, okay. So you're like... So you're like half Catholic, but see your mom.
But I'm tainted by the Jew.
Your mom's of the tribe, so that makes you because that's how
according
it counts.
to the tribe, I'm of the tribe.
Okay.
But in Catholic terms,
if you write that check,
I need to repent to Christ and pay up.
If you've taken a bath at their facility, and then you're on the roll forever, and. It either way, if you write the check, it's okay.
Right.
Jesus loves you.
Yeah.
Bible tells me so. I don't know. This is This is the divine mystery.
Yeah.
This
I feel
album.
like the EDM version I feel like would have been pretty easy to do too. And then
Right,
you could have
because-
actually used the sample and that'd be like, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. And then no one will mind that he's like mumbling and completely incoherent anyway.
Right, because you put a filter on it. So.
Right. I went to base as a hey, I turn it
Wake up.
Wake up, I go far. Why does this sound like Ghost? I don't know why I inserted one of the comments into his thing, but yeah.
Is dubstep dead? Or like, because I've
I
heard
don't
it on
know.
so many commercials, I feel like it's played out now.
Well, it certainly seems played out.
You know what?
but-
I feel like there are wubs on the UFC remix.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's almost certainly like dead.
I feel like what's left is like, other than like the obviously big guys who started it. Yeah, I feel like there's remnants of it
right, the
left in
dudes
stuff.
who are going to be cashing checks on that forever.
Right. But they don't. But I don't hear it like as obviously. You know, it's like
not
in
like
stuff.
in
it's
everything
in Mountain
else.
Dew commercials is where it is.
Right, but that dude, like snowboarding and dubstep, that's like you got whatever's extreme, man.
Right.
Like,
Well, the big thing now is the weird like horn sample. Right.
I don't know. What
Like
do you mean?
we either literally a horn sample or like they recorded one line of somebody playing a saxophone and then used that as the sample. And I partially know this
Like-
because I know guys like I talked to dudes in LA
who showed up and played the session, and they're like, "Yeah, I played 6
or
notes."
who are like waiting to get the call to do one. You know what I mean?
Right?
Like,
Yeah, they're on the look. They're like, "Man, I'm ready to blow those 6 notes, man."
I don't know if I should talk about this dude I met in LA when I was there.
Is it hilarious?
Kinda.
Then you
if I
should.
can remember the whole story. So this guy's name is Terrance Martin, and he's apparently a big deal.
Yeah.
He's like a producer. He plays horns, and I met him through a horn guy at Sam Ash, who I won't mention just because it's not even like not worth talking about.
Right.
But and I'm not friends with him anymore, so I don't even really know where he is or what he does or whatever. So, but he was like really into telling us he was friends with this guy, and like it was a big deal that we were going to meet him or whatever.
He was name dropping him all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, and I was with Jeff. I don't know if that matters.
Does it?
It won't really
It might
contribute to
not
the story.
mean a lot to the audience.
No,
it means
but,
a lot to me.
But we were we were for some reason this dude. Let's call him Adam because that's his name. But so this dude Adam, who no longer works there, or it doesn't matter. He's super into like how he lives in LA. You know, he was really into like it's so cool, like a couple of New York guys, right? Like we were wearing like leather jackets because I don't know, that's what people do sometimes. And he was like, "Is that like a New York thing?" And we were like,
I don't think
"No."
so. I'm pretty sure like pretty much everything that could possibly happen happens in New York.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you know, there's millions of people here.
Yeah.
And they all have their own.
Right, and I've
thing going on.
and I saw like plenty of people wearing leather jackets in LA, especially in January. That's the one time you can.
Yeah, wasn't. Oh,
This is a couple
I
years-
wore mine
this is-
on the. Oh, I was gonna say, but this past name, I wore mine on the plane. I did. It was too warm in LA.
Yeah.
I took it off, but like, yeah, I mean, like even I've worn a leather jacket.
So
in
we were
LA.
like, "What are you
It
talking
happens,
about?"
Yeah.
Oh, and then Terrance Martin was wearing a leather jacket too when he
He's like-
showed up, and when I was
when
like,
you get there, were you like, "What bro? You look pretty New York right now. What's up with that?"
Right, exactly. So
Did you just get back from New York? It's a pretty smooth jacket.
So this dude's making a big deal out of how we're meeting this Terrance Martin guy, who I mean, I think he's been on some hip hop stuff or something. But he plays saxophone, and that's how this dude met him because he sold saxophones. Yeah, so you can't see this because it's a podcast, but all sweaty drinks on this podcast are protected from the table by bare knuckle pickup coasters, which bare knuckle is no way affiliated with the show, and I only have a couple of their pickups, but if you buy one of their pickups, you get a coaster. So if you need coasters and you also need to buy some expensive guitar pickups,
Think about that world.
think about
The thing is, I actually don't have any coasters because I bought all my bare knuckles used. But next time I'll be like,
Yeah, I thought you were just gonna say I don't have coasters. Maybe I should
man.
get some bare knuckles.
No, I have
But you
I
meant
have coasters. I have
yeah.
yacht coasters. I have
Oh,
like
nice.
they're like
Yeah.
they have the one has like a gigantic anchor on it, and the other one just has like a it's not a captain's wheel. It's a, it's like a navigational chart.
Yeah.
And then Pam got me these ones a long time ago, and I forget what the one says, but the other one is a picture of this little girl, and it says, when I grow up, I want to be a binge drinker, or I want to be a binge drinker when I grow up. Nice. And it looks like, you see those pictures of those like little kids in Germany with like the beer steins or whatever. It's like totally like one of those, like she's holding a big beer. You're like raising them right. Yeah. I also have some corporate ones, but they're with some companies I'm affiliated with, so I shouldn't talk about those. Also, they're significant. I would want to talk about them because they're way less funny than they think they are. Yeah. So probably wouldn't appreciate that. But just if you do brand stuff for some corporation that is not in the alcohol business or in the beverage business, and you think, I'm going to make these coasters witty, just double check that. Yeah. Because get some independent research on that one. Yeah. It probably won't be funny. But
he was making a big deal about how we're going to get dinner with Terrance Martin. So he takes us to this place where we're going to get like the greatest burger ever. And we're like, there's a lot of burgers in New York. Dude.
Yeah. Like it's not. When I think about places to get cuisine, LA's not really on that list unless it's like Mexican.
Right. But apparently people in LA are like, yeah, but what's really good, is this place.
It's a hunk of meat.
So, right. And the other thing he was like, beef. Like, you never had fries. They're just like shoestring fries. The kind of fries that like everywhere in New York gives you. And they're like either greasy and soggy or like dry and bland. It was like that. It was the bland, it was the dry kind rather than the soggy kind. But they're like the most common kinds of fries in New York. And he was like, yeah, you guys had fries like this? We're like, dude, these are like all over the place. What are you talking about? Like, it was a good burger. It was a nice place.
Was this guy from the States?
Yeah, but like I think, where was he from? He might actually be originally from the East Coast or something. Like he might be from Long Island or something, or either that or like the Midwest or something. But like he clearly had a thing where it was like, despite being in LA for a few years, he has not gotten over being in LA.
Oh, he's hyped himself up that like he's the coolest.
Right.
Like, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the whole thing. Right. That's the whole thing was proving to himself and us how cool he is. So he's like, yeah, we're gonna get dinner with Terrance Martin, and we're like, dude, am I supposed to know who that is? Like, okay. But he was like, yeah, big fucking deal.
It's like you're supposed to. If you were cool, you'd know.
Right.
If you were LA, but you're wearing this leather jacket because you're all New York. Right. Sorry.
So even though, again, like nobody was like, hey, man, do you know Terrance Martin? And can we meet him? Like nobody asked
for this, right?
It was basically just like, what's cool? What's going on? And it was like, you're going to meet Terrance Martin. And I'm like, who? But he was like, oh, and this is also after he showed us his horn collection, by the way.
Which, again, no one asked to see.
Right. Right. Granted, Jeff didn't mind because they're both like, horns. But I was just like, oh, man, okay. So, yeah, it looks like a saxophone. He pulled these out. He pulled them out from like every obscure corner of his tiny apartment. Okay. So...
Were you like, can you play Careless Whisper on that?
Like, right. No, like I said,
that probably would have shut him down pretty quick.
No, he probably would have played it.
Put like on the loop.
And Jeff would have thought it was hilarious. But, so he pulls like cases out from under, like I sit down on his like futon. And he's like, oh yeah, let me just get this this case under there.
I got news for you. It actually wasn't a futon. It was actually cases stacked in the shit. Look, I've been a musician for a long time. I've had a lot of furniture from amps and stuff.
Yeah.
If I were a horn player, I probably would figure out a way to use like cases as furniture. Yeah.
Well, he'd like pull cases out from under random things and be like, oh, you got to check this one out. And he'd open it up and I'd be like, that's a saxophone.
That is.
He'd pull another one out and be like,
what I expected.
That is another saxophone. And that one's a trumpet. Maybe I don't remember if he actually.
It's like the dentist guitar thing. It's like, that guitar is gorgeous. Yeah. Does it sound?
Have you ever
play?
Have you plugged it in before?
Well, at all?
Right.
Like I can look at a gorgeous guitar and be like, yeah, that probably sounds like crap. But right, if I look at a saxophone, I'd be like, could you play through it? Because I don't know if that sounds good or not.
Yeah. So after dinner, Terrance Martin shows up, right? That was the first thing is like, this guy thinks we're having dinner with him. I'm like, I feel like that's not true. I feel like that's not going to happen. So it didn't, right? So after we finished dinner is when this dude shows up and he's got some, chick with him. And like he's hanging out for a bit and he's like soaking it up too. Like you can get the reason that this guy thinks he's friends with Terrance Martin is because Terrance Martin likes that this guy thinks he's friends with him, and how much he freaks out when he's like around him and shit. So he shows up, he's already like, yeah, what's up, guys? Yeah, so oh yeah, so your boy wants you to like chill with like a real LA dude. All right. I'm like, what?
What?
Like
You're like,
nobody
what?
asked to meet you.
You're like, are you now going to establish a realness?
Right,
Or like,
right, no, right. I
Because,
was like,
because first of all, don't.
Right.
But second of all, what?
second of all, from what our friend tells us, you kind of look like you're dressed like you just came from New York. So because I was like, Adam, what's this deal? Like, this is a real LA dude, but he's kind of dressed like us. What the fuck are you then? Like,
He's not real, man.
No.
He's got to get the realness.
right. So right, we hang out with this dude for like maybe 20, 30 minutes or whatever. And the most amusing part is like, you know, he brought this chick and she's kind of just like, so what do you guys do? And we're like, yeah, we're here for NAMM, you know, we're musicians, whatever. And like, you know, and just like, and it was like, are we going to the party yet? You know, like it was so like waiting, like this is not where you plan to come.
Right.
Like this is a stop.
She did not sign up for this.
Right. And he like barely did. Like, so basically like we had a drink with this dude and then he had to bounce. And
He had somewhere better to be.
And right. And as I like saw coming, the second this dude showed up,
He had to go see the real LA.
it was not a place where, say, we were invited
Right.
or allowed to know what it was. He was
Right.
just like, yo, I gotta bounce. I gotta go do a thing.
Right, a
Catch you
thing.
later. And yeah. And I was like, and again, kind of like it's the funny part is watching like Adam like catch up to the idea that like, oh, like he thought we were hanging out with this dude tonight. And it's like,
Right, that was his night.
we met him. We met that guy that nobody asked to meet. And now he's got, yeah. And it was like 9:30 or something. And we're like, yeah, so what's good now?
What's up with the real LA?
Yeah. What's up
with the real LA?
Right. With the real LA. So let's, I guess, go back and hang out at Sam Ash until they close. Like, that's pretty much what I think happened. But, yeah.
You're like, I know where there's a hotel that I'm staying and a liquor store.
Yeah. So there was not a whole lot of realness there. But,
Oh, it
one of
sounded
these days-
real AF.
yeah.
It's just you were outside
But
it.
one of these days, I'm going to look up who Terrance Martin is.
Who knows? Maybe we could podcast about
I feel like they said he was on like a Snoop album or something, or he like did something for Snoop once.
we should look that up and then we can maybe have
But
a podcast about
the
it.
impression I got, because this dude said he was playing, he said he was playing, I think it was the Grammys with him, but playing the Grammys, but not like, obviously not like in an actual act that's going to be like televised. So you're just kind of playing like on the side. Like, I don't know what, I mean, it's kind of like
Maybe
playing NAMM.
playing
or like,
people in and off the stage.
It's kinda
maybe you're
right.
the house band.
it's kind of like if you're playing NAMM, right? If you're playing NAMM, like one of those bands like in the hotels, that's not like a big accomplishment, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it's proof that like, okay, you're a professional band, but you're also
you're
a professional band nobody's heard of.
Right, all those guys are really solid players.
Yeah.
And it's like you're not going to embarrass anybody.
Right.
But at the same time, it's not going to be a problem because randos aren't going to be showing up kicking the doors down to get in your event. You're
Right.
going to be able to conduct business. It's going to be the appropriate level of musiciness.
Right. It's, yeah, right. They're always extremely like competent.
Right.
And
But-
yet so uninteresting.
Right.
It's like the most competent, boring band
it
you've
sounds
heard
like
of.
every ensemble at Berkeley.
Right.
Because it's like, you got that style down, all right. And you also know how to play. Good job. Here's your letter grade, which in this case is here's your check. But
Yeah.
right, but it's not like, yeah,
Oh man, what was there was
it's functional.
some band whose name I never looked up, but they were really, really awful that we saw there at like 3 a.m. one night.
Oh, in a hotel?
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
No, this was the year before.
Okay.
Before last year. But I think it was still the same year as the whole Terrance Martin thing. But yeah, but that was so. Yeah, so he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna play the Grammys, or whatever." I'm like, "That's not like an awesome thing."
You're like, I'm not impressed.
Yeah.
You got to get a little more real LA for me, because us New York guys, like,
Yeah,
we're not
you know.
we're not impressed.
We're always just like hanging out, wearing all leather jackets, and
Be it not impressed.
exactly. Exactly. In fact, yeah, that's kind of is the New York thing, right? Is just kind of being over everything and unimpressed by it. So
Pretty much.
really, we showed him real New York.
Yeah, right.
We really showed him real New York, but
and did not get any real LA
he
in
dropped
return.
the ball on the real. But I mean,
You're
wasn't
like, you did
expecting it.
not hold up your end of this deal.
I mean, I was completely amused by the evening. It was hilarious and totally worth meeting Terrance Martin. Oh yeah, but so the reason this ties in is the whole horn thing. Is
Right.
I've noticed this trend in like hip hop and some pop stuff where it's the like one horn riff, and then that's what's sampled and repeated throughout the entire thing.
Oh,
and
you mean like John Cena's theme song?
right, and apparently always comes back
It
to
always
wrestling.
I resisted making the wake up reference earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But what really but so anyway, so part of what I heard is from this guy. He was talking about it and how, like, again, Terrance Martin is a producer and he plays saxophone and stuff. So it's that kind of where he was like, yeah, I mean, try to get on one of these tracks, but it's not like actual. You could just use a sample of a horn,
Right.
So it's not really that essential, even though it's like a cool thing now to have a horn on it.
Well, unless they're looking for somebody to like make up the line too, right? If the idea is because a lot of times, especially if you're doing remix and loop stuff, it's way easier if someone else comes up with the germinal material and then you're just like, okay, as opposed to like, I have to do, because then you'll be like, meh.
Yeah, like a lot
and
of
it might not have the feel,
Right.
Because that's the biggest thing about when you write parts, even if they're samples, but like for other instruments, right? A lot of times, even if it's, say, idiomatic in the sense that, oh, it's easy for them to play this. Like, I'm not asking them to play anything they can't play. It doesn't have like feel.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is like I write literally 100% of my guitar parts on guitar, even if the theme or whatever, the material I wrote on the piano, whatever, because if you just play the notes, then you're like, doo-doo-doo. Whereas like if you play it on guitar, you're going to like, slide into some notes and crap like that. So you actually, it's better if you have like a real horn player,
right,
and to blow it down. But but it's not like most people probably wouldn't, I don't know, even notice.
Yeah, but yeah, that's kind of what they were talking about. Is like, that's the thing. But yeah, I mean,
another reason why that Leprous album sucks.
Yeah. But anyway, let's see. So that's the only track that I think we can like get for free from the Pope.
Well, is the rest even? Is it even out? Like, because if we
I
can
don't
buy
know,
the
actually.
album, we should buy it right
That's
now.
true. I don't actually know if the
I
horns
don't
are.
think it's out till November or something.
Wait, what? It says. Oh no, that's when it was recorded. Pre-order.
Right. I don't think it's actually out. Are you on the Rolling Stone article?
Yeah. Here,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the pre-order link and see when it's supposed to actually come out.
When does it drop? When does the Pope album
When did that
drop?
Pope album drop?
No, go to Has It Leaked Yet?
November 27th.
Yeah, November. Wait, isn't that Thanksgiving?
Probably.
Like, Thanksgiving is always right around then. I don't know if that's a Thursday or what, but like,
Probably pretty close. Yeah.
yeah, no. What would be funny is if you went to Has It Leaked Yet and be like the Pope album.
The Pope.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, okay. So I do want to talk about this a little bit. So I am a lapsed Catholic. I took the bath. I have a hilarious like church code name.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they leave you on the rolls forever. There's a process you have to like. Apparently, you can send some documents and they'll take you off because what they do is for political reasons, whatever. When they're trying to get some pull, they'll be like, there are this many Catholics in your district, whatever, and like there's a district somewhere where they're claiming like that I'm a Catholic there, and it's totally not true. But I'm on the rolls because I'm it forever. I can repent on my deathbed or whatever and get in because that's when you're scoring points with God. So you just that I think that's why people are so against like vegetative states and stuff in this country because they're like you're not cognizant to get the backdoor confessional in like you're sorry because you're a vegetable. Like I don't know. Anyway, no. So the Catholic Church. For a long time, right? The Catholic Church essentially was Christianity because everything fragmented off and so their whole deal was they would just go places and just reappropriate whatever was there. And so the best example is Ireland, right? There wasn't actually like a snake problem in Ireland. It was the pagan god that they worship, like the symbol was this 3-headed snake thing. And that's where they came up with the Trinity, because what they would do is they would go places and they go, you know what you're doing's great. Keep doing everything you're doing. Just say Jesus and write that check and we won't kill you. And so they had to come up with this idea of the Trinity, right, which makes no sense. Because they needed something to replace the 3-headed snake thing in Ireland. And so then like other very obvious examples is like Easter. Is there a bunny anywhere else in Christian mythology? Because I'm pretty sure there's not. But randomly, like there's a bunny in this thing that happens in spring. And that's kind of like, seems really like it'd be more suited to like, say, like a pagan fertility festival because, well, it is. Right. and they're just kind of like, you know, what you're doing's great, but if we could just Jesus it up a little, that would be a lot better for the church. So now the thing is, like this sort of thing works a lot better when everyone that you're telling it to can't read. Right? Because their options for refuting you on this are extremely limited. But like so the reason like the Catholic Church has been around for so long and done so well is because it has had this measure of adaptability. There, you know, the most famous one is like the Vatican II Council, where they stopped doing mass in Latin. It's in the vernacular, like whatever language people speak wherever the mass is happening. And you know, there's been lots of reforms like this, and there's actually a provision in Catholic law where the Pope can speak. It's like from the chair. I might be getting this wrong, but essentially when he does that, he's infallible. So you can like make decrees to change that. So the Pope could tomorrow be like, you know what, God's totally cool with gay people, and it's fine. And it's one of those deals where, right, even though they're still not there, like it's probably not too far off, because once positions become totally unpalatable, like the Catholic Church will be like, you know what, we switched on that. So
that's what this Pope is doing. And that's why I don't like, people are always like, hey guys, how about that new Pope? And I'm like, do you not get what he's doing? That he's just like, hey guys, it's cool now. Right. And you guys can get married. It's all right. Well, I mean, if you're going to do it, you know, whatever. But, you know, like some of the answers are also kind of like, he's like easing up, but he's not quite there. Yeah, he's not like, gay people, you're all cool, but he's kind of like, well, you know, I mean, it's all right. You can do what you do, but you know. How
does he feel about people who do very offensive impressions? Are you forgiven? Are you forgiven?
They
Matt?
all are.
Are you saved? Like, I mean, because
mine isn't as bad as most of the ones.
But your people killed Jesus, I thought. So like,
but he was also our king. So which side you look at it from? It depends. According to my people, I'm totally cool with Jesus.
Okay, all right.
And I am pretty cool with Jesus. I think Jesus was an okay dude.
I'm willing to forge unofficially some sort of like maggots and juggalos alliance, like between the tribe and I don't know, what am I? Is there like a fun term for Catholics? I don't know it. I think I would probably know, but I went to 13 years of private Catholic school.
Oh wow, yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to come up with one.
Yeah,
but so like, yeah, but back to the point, like, what are they trying to? What are they trying to abrogate?
He's trying to be cool new Pope,
but it's not cool. Prog rock is not cool,
right? No,
Prog rock was never cool.
That's the part even when fucked up on.
Even when it was in, it still wasn't cool.
That's why we're doing this podcast, because this album is like the whole like, oh, he's putting out an album makes perfect sense with the rest of it, but then like,
but it's a wrong.
But they they clearly put so little effort.
Whose idea do you think this was? Because it could have like.
Well, I honestly think there was. I think the last Pope, he came in like
Darth Vader or no Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah, sorry, Emperor Palpatine, ex Hitler Youth or whatever. He came in and he was like, "Yeah, I'm Pope now. Let's do this Pope shit." And they're like, "Whoa, everybody hates you, and people are more and more not cool with us. So we got to rebrand." And so. Get rid of this guy.
We need the like Bill Clinton of popes.
Really? Because how often do they just randomly be like,
"You're gonna retire, buddy"?
And he had just got it too, right? I mean, it's like
I don't know.
No, he had not been Pope very long, and people were immediately just like, "What's with this new fucking Pope?" And then Joey Rats, Joey Ratzenberger. That's what the Daily Show, they call him Joey Rats. But so
another show that features a lot of offensive impersonations.
Right.
So I guess you have precedent.
No,
so
exactly.
it's okay.
No. And again,
you're of the tribe. Oh,
right.
I forgot. You have a
Yes.
whole league about
Right.
if someone tries to say something
Right.
about you. Okay.
Right. And offensive accents are totally not offensive
You're like
anymore.
we can have that. Don't take
Yeah.
that from us.
I mean, there's lots of precedents between Family Guy and I mean, if you probably didn't watch SNL because I don't know anybody who does. But
Also, I don't have a television.
oh yeah, that's true. But this dude, I saw him in Atlanta, Kyle Mooney.
New York is fucked
I mean,
right now.
no one. It doesn't matter. But like at Prog Power, I randomly saw this dude at the street.
Yeah.
Which is probably because I think William Street. You know, the Adult Swim guys are in Atlanta or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So I think he was there doing something for that because he looked like a character he plays. He's this short, skinny dude. I think he got started on YouTube, but he looked so like messed, you know, like I mean, like
maybe, discombobulated.
Right, exactly. And now, granted, it's in Atlanta and not New York, and this was after Prog Power, so it's like in the area of like the hotels.
So like Sunday morning.
Right, on Sunday, yeah. I saw him on Sunday, and like so the streets are empty. Right. So there's one dude, like as far as I can see in either direction, and and I'm kind of walking, and I kind of look at him, I'm like, what the fuck? Is that SNL guy? But we're in Atlanta, and then it's like, oh yeah, it's summer. Well, not summer, but you know, early fall. So
Labor Day.
SNL hasn't started yet, so he's probably doing other stuff here. And you know, try not to give him the like, I know who you are look, you know, not like freak him out or whatever. But randomly, anyway, so he did a thing on the Pope last week on Weekend Update.
Okay.
And he did
but he's not the host Weekend Update. Like
no.
he came on and did
he came on as the Pope.
Oh.
No, not about the Pope. He came on as the Pope, and it was trying to be like he was like I can't do it right. That's the point. Is like he did a much better, but also probably much more offensive. But also probably more accurate, but still more offensive. Because you know, like we just listened to, right? He's like his English is like, I'm doing what I'm actually doing is Family Guy Pope, right? He's cooking something up. That's what I'm doing. Is like Super Mario, generic Italian,
Super Mario cartoon,
right? Exactly.
You are Brother Luigi.
Well, no, that's what I want to do. No, that's my whole response to this new Pope is always, hey, it's me, the cool new Pope. It's okay now, right? Gays ain't so bad. That's like my whole and I don't buy it. That's my point. Like, I don't buy it because he comes out and I'm just like,
shouldn't because it's for sale.
Right.
And if you do buy it, then they win.
Exactly. And again, it's so like again, they went from the really unpopular ex-Nazi Pope, and they're like, oh man, maybe we should have thought about that thing he did when he was younger. That he was really that scene he was in.
Yeah, I think I've gone through more thorough background checks for employment.
It's kind of like if we found out the president was a juggalo, like a few weeks after he was sworn in.
Yeah, you're like, how did this not come up on the campaign trail?
Right. So they get rid of him, and they get this new crazy. It's cool now, Pope, and but all kinds of stuff. He's like, you know what? Evolution ain't so bad. I know every way. I haven't like.
Oh right, no. Yeah, he's like science is a thing.
He's like science, okay. You know, I think he even went as far to be like, maybe there's aliens. Who knows, right?
Oh yeah.
There could be alien. God could make aliens.
He's like,
ain't got no God.
He's like, I didn't just take a phone call from the aliens though.
Right.
Just I want to keep that straight.
Right.
Because I don't actually know about any aliens.
Right. He doesn't want to actually acknowledge completely. He's just like, there could be aliens.
Be like, you should listen to our other podcast where we talk about our aliens.
No, I wanted. Did I tell you I had an idea for like a spin-off podcast where we just like make up conspiracy theories.
That would be amazing.
Yeah,
we would probably have a huge listener base as long as we didn't like.
What we basically would do is like it's almost like I thought one way you could do it is almost like a game where you come up with like a topic or a thing, and then somebody else has to come up with like a theory about it. But either way, what we do is we come up with theories, and then we go like looking for confirming evidence,
right,
which is
which is everywhere, yeah.
Right. So that I think that would be a lot of fun, and then see how many of them pop up in actual conspiracy circles.
Then we should start going out in public and telling, like, just go to bars and tell people about our theories.
Well, it would be a great man on the street thing too.
Oh
you
yeah,
just go up to people and be like,
what do you think about?
What do you think about how NASA is secretly? Oh man, I don't even.
What do you think about them hiding the alien evidence from us?
Right.
Be like,
well, that's a really common.
Do you ever think about you ever think about running for president so you can find out about the aliens? Like shit like that.
Right.
People be like all the time.
Yeah.
Be like, I'm on it. Problem is in New
Yeah,
York.
man, but the president don't know shit.
The problem is in New
The
York,
secret shadow president.
you'd get that guy who wanted to tell you like about all the stuff that he knew. Like he'd be like,
right.
oh, like let me
He's like,
fill you in.
Oh, I know, bro. No,
And then
the
you'd
best
be
part,
like, oh
right,
god.
the best thing would be if you can actually come up with an original, see, I didn't take any time to think of any yet. I was just like, this would be great if we thought a bunch of these.
I thought of a formula already.
Okay.
So all we have to do is get like old issues of like tabloids.
Yeah.
Right, because they always have shit in there that's like crazy.
yeah.
And so, but then we just apply those similar theories to like new, like current celebrities, and then
Exactly.
like, I feel like that's probably good.
311
like,
was an inside job.
311, what, dude? They need to investigate 311.
Yeah.
But right, they'd be like Kim Kardashian, is actually like Caitlyn Jenner is an alien, right? So yeah, even though he's not Kim Kardashian's dad, the reason he's there is because he's watching her because she's half alien, half human. And so like he's the and they were like, oh, he's doing all this crazy stuff. They're going to blow his cover. We got to like come up with some cover craziness. So like become a woman, Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah, since you don't have a TV, I don't suppose you've kept up on South Park recently. There's been a lot about how there's a whole thing about Kyle got in a lot of trouble for saying that he didn't think Caitlyn Jenner was a hero.
Somebody told me about this.
Everyone's like, she's stunning and amazing and definitely a woman. And then Kyle's like, I don't really think she's a hero. And I was like, whoa. And that was like a whole episode until finally then he's like, yeah, she's a hero. She's like he just gives in because
it's relentless.
Right.
Did they talk about Rachel Dolezal?
Not sure. I think it came up at least.
Okay, I want to go watch this now.
This season is really good, and it's continuous too. Like all the episodes are. They're also doing a whole thing about Trump, where like Mr. Garrison, like Trump's like, "Where my country gone?" And he's like going to make the country great again. And it's really good and very current.
Do you remember that? Since this podcast is akin to Futurama in some ways. Do you remember that one where Fry checks his bank account from the 20th century and finds out because of the compounding interest he's like a trillionaire now?
Oh yeah.
And so he goes and he buys all the stuff he wanted to buy back then that couldn't afford. So he goes and he finds a New York City apartment with hardwood floors and asbestos, a CRT television and a VHS player, and he's sitting around, he's listening to Sir Mix-a-Lot and watching like old like sitcoms, and there's like it's supposed to be like a Pepperidge Farm commercial, but they call it Smedridge Farms. And they go, they're like, do you remember a time when certain kind of folk weren't allowed on golf courses? Smedridge Farms does. And that's like that. I feel like the whole like Trump thing, like has kind of like these undertones. Like it's like make the country great again. You're like turn back the clock to a time when like they used fire hoses on certain kinds of people. Is that what you're saying? Because that's what it sounds like you're saying.
Trump's basically like,
and like,
look, you guys all remember when we were all racist, but it was kind of okay.
You could say shit and you didn't have to later backpedal and apologize and claim you were misunderstood.
Right.
Because, sometimes you just want to say Carly Fiorina's really ugly. Like,
remember when broads didn't get all upset just because you called them broads?
Or if they did, you just socked them one.
He just gave them a smack.
Straight to the moon. Like that? No, that's serious. Like that's so.
Well, to Futurama again, though, that always brings me back to the episode where they go to the moon amusement park, and they're like, remember, and it was all like this thing where he was like, "One of these days, Alice, to the moon," and Fry's like, "What? No, he was just using it as a metaphor for beating his wife. He was using space travel as a metaphor for beating his wife."
No, it's like, no, I think sort of the disturbing thing in all of this, which I feel like confirms this, was that incident at the rally where that guy was like said Obama like wasn't born in this country and was a Muslim, and Trump wasn't like let's fact check that. He was like, all right, let me address your very serious question about how the commander-in-chief is a foreign national and is a different faith than the one he purports to be.
The interesting thing is that I mean, on the one hand, right, he basically was like, all right, very good question. But then on the other hand, he went on to just like not even like answer. He kind of went around it a little.
Well, right. No,
he's
here's the thing.
Right.
People want to talk about Trump like he's a moron. He's not.
Oh, yeah. No.
Dude is sharp dude. Okay. And it's kind of, and actually, W kind of got elected the same way, where he let everyone think he was a moron.
Yeah.
And then in the debate, it's like, hey, I strung 2 sentences together. And people were like, oh, he's way smarter than like we realized.
Yeah.
Like, and it's sort of that thing with Trump where I think like people are failing to acknowledge how intelligent he is. They're not doing enough or the correct things to sort of combat him,
right?
Because they're thinking like, oh, he's a blowhard and it's gonna flame out, and you're like, no, he's a serious threat, and you need to take this seriously.
Yeah,
because
that's the new joke everywhere. Yeah, is that like it's not funny anymore. Okay, it's and that's kind of what that South Park thing is about too. Is like
I still think it's funny.
Well, it is
but
still funny, but it's
also scary.
It's like, it's like it's funny, but you can't be like, oh, it's funny, so let's just kind of let it keep going. It's it's time to stop laughing and start.
Well, but the thing is, like, then what's the alternative? You got anti-vax Ben Carson, like,
right? Well,
I think we might need some more science up in this, like, vaccination debate. And you're like, what? No, that's the whole. There's an Onion article about him. Did you see it? That said, Ben Carson doing his best to diffuse the idea that brain surgeons are intelligent or something like that. It was like, it was super scary.
Yeah. But that's what the whole like, so it's like Mr. Garrison, but also there's like some Canadian guy who already had like done the same thing. And so they're also doing this whole like.
When you say had already done the same thing, you mean like
had already been
Jenner?
Like. No, he already got up and did the whole like, where my country gone? Like that was literally the name of an episode is Where My Country Gone.
Okay.
And it was Mr. Garrison, but he was copying, I think, another dude in Canada who already got who was basically like the Canadian Donald Trump.
Okay.
And he already got elected or
on
whatever.
That platform.
Right.
Yeah.
And so then in America, there's a whole thing where Kyle's like, can't you see we're just doing the same thing they did? And he does this whole speech and everyone's like, because everyone's just like sick of him making speeches at the end of every episode. So they're just like, dude, like they're just not, he's like, yeah, fine, whatever. And he's like walks off. But that's basically what they're talking about is like it's already gone beyond far enough and like right. And the funny thing to me though, the thing that amuses me the most about Trump is how he lives in like narcissist world where there's like 2 gradations for everything. It's either good or bad. And he's like, I don't think he's very good. I don't think he's very good at his job. He's doing a pretty bad job. On the other hand, I'm doing great. I'm doing very good. I did a really good job today at this debate. Like he's always congratulating himself on stuff he did. Like
I read there was, so I've read a lot of stuff on Trump, and some of it is I don't know. It's kind of weird because a lot of it is from the standpoint of just like again like that he's an idiot. It's like it's not taking this situation seriously. But one of the best lines that I read in all of this was it said, Trump has not seemed to present any form of consistent platform aside from whatever he says right now is correct.
Right,
like,
right. Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm like, that is on point.
Yeah.
I'm like, that sums it up perfectly.
Well, it's great. Like, yeah, he lives in his own little world. Like, that's the great part.
Does
like
Trump have an album? Because I feel like that's the kind of thing that he like does
make one.
that people have forgotten. We're gonna sample some Trump and like maybe
I'm doing pretty good.
Maybe
that's what it should be. It should just be his one. I think I'm doing a very good job. And then, like that'll be the whole. The song ends with
pretty good.
I did a very good job. Yeah.
Pretty good job. Is auto-tune the news still a thing? Because if it is, I feel like there would be some real Trump gold in there. But
there
I feel
probably
like
is. No, because those dudes like made a career off that. They probably.
No, but I also feel like they realized that after
they went on to something else.
Bedroom Intruder, I feel like they were like, this is like we're never gonna reach this. Like we're at the top of the mountain.
Maybe
like this is the revenue stream.
Right.
Like it's not that we can't. We're not going to chase the dragon,
right? But but sometimes they do. I mean, especially on YouTube,
right?
Where like we had this conversation about how
like bad
YouTube
lip reading is still going.
Yeah, and a lot of the biggest YouTubers is just like, so you made up a character that wouldn't have made it into your SNL audition.
Oh, right. Yeah, the Miranda sings. We should.
I wasn't gonna name names.
No, but we should talk about this because A, it was hilarious what you said, and B, it's relevant to the podcast. Mm-hmm. This is highly relevant. Okay, so let me give the background here because then you can espouse your theory. The Miranda sings is there's this woman on YouTube, and I think her real name is Colleen, and she, you know, was one of these people who want to be famous, and she would make like lots of different videos and different characters and stuff. And she came up with this idea of this character, Miranda, who was supposed to be like, there's a lot of people on YouTube, and I've seen legit people like this, where and maybe it's the result of like watching American Idol, because you know when you watch those first couple weeks of American Idol where they show the auditions, and that's the best part because it's hilarious. Like all these people who they're like, this is my dream, and then they're awful.
Let's laugh at people who can't read social cues,
right? And well, but a lot of times these people are being enabled by their friends, like their families are like, you're amazing, but they're awful. And there are all kinds of people who go to YouTube and record quote unquote covers of them singing, but a lot of times it's not even the backing track. Like they just sing the line in you know, into their laptop mic, you know, in some echoey room, and it's awful, but they don't know it.
Right.
And so Colleen has this character Miranda, and it's Miranda sings, and she records these abysmal covers of songs. And then what's like part of the comedy doesn't end there though. So then what happens is there are people who like don't know that it's a joke, and they will come on and be like, you're terrible. And then she'll like fight with them in the comments. She'll be like, you're a hater, blah, blah, blah. And she has all these videos where she's like, this is to the haters, blah, blah, blah. And it's horrible, but like, but it keeps going. And then, so then your comment about this was so fantastic.
What happened is, okay, so I was watching a lot of YouTube stuff, and she's a good example. She's not the only one. I don't want to like,
but she's the one that I know.
Right. And we've talked about this, and so it's important to note
Matt spends more time on YouTube than I do.
That well, I mean, I'm doing market research for podcast expansion
for
activities.
This?
Yeah. So
he's like, I'm forming my dumb character.
Yeah. Well,
my Popa character
sounds a lot like a Mario, because it's the only bad Italian accent I can do. So, well, right. My thing was, I noticed between not just her, but also like, you know, YouTube's doing a lot of like print advertising. Well, like I guess like billboards.
No, I see the
stuff.
billboards.
Right.
There was one on when I lived in Chicago. There was one on my building for this woman. I think her name was Stephanie Moda. She was one of these like makeup tutorial
Right.
girls.
Yeah. No, I've seen hers.
I've never seen, like, it was one of those deals. I would see it when I'd park my car, and I'd be like, I gotta like find out what this thing is on the side of my building. And then like I would forget by the time I was at my apartment because I have a life.
So I watched some of those, and some of them, okay, so like, I won't go too detailed, but there's obviously a specific, there's YouTubers who just like film their life, and that's the whole thing. And by the way, like, I think the one with the most of all of these people they're using on ads, that's his deal, is just like, I'm just being me and everyone else can be themselves because they can see that I can do it, and like nobody murdered me for it. But people have been murdered before for being themselves, just so you know. But anyway, the point is, so
Matt's like, I murdered somebody myself.
No, I'm just saying.
Matt's a murderer.
The Catholic Church.
That's the big reveal on the podcast. Matt's a murderer. Steer clear if you see this guy.
It's like cereal, but I decided to make it to tell everybody about how I have been hiding in plain sight among you all these years. So I decided the best way to tell everybody would be to start a podcast.
Was it be like, he's like, I'm gonna out myself on a podcast no one listens to make sure I'm never found out.
So. Okay, so there's people who just like film their lives and crap, but then there's people who do like characters and stuff. Now, the thing I noticed about the characters, and Miranda's things kind of fit, although, like I said, to be fair to her, like you said, she basically tried a bunch of stuff, and this is the one that stuck.
This is one stuck.
So now she's kind of stuck with it.
The reason she keeps doing it is because it's what the market wanted.
Yeah.
And she's even said, like, because Miranda has this weird hairstyle where she like clips her hair. She's like, Miranda has actually ruined her hairline. Like, yeah, I think like.
Yeah. So I thought of this because I stumbled onto one of hers. I mean, there's other people too. There's one. I mean, I don't even want to mention the names if I could remember them because it's not worth like looking them up. But there's one where there was like a few different characters, and I was like, yeah, but these aren't very good characters. Like, so like Miranda Sings, I watched a video where she did the type of video that somebody who just films their random life crap and then also just shoots random videos with other random YouTubers would do. Like they were like trying weird candy or something, which is apparently
right. So
all
she has
people
like,
on YouTube do is try weird candy all the time.
right. So she has this weird thing where like she has a channel where it's like actually her, but then she hangs out with these people, and then she also does videos where she hangs out with the same people, but as Miranda,
right? And that's what I saw.
And then they do stuff.
And that's where I realized. That's where I was specifically was like, this character is way too thin to do this. Like the voice is not even enough of a voice to like do it all the time, because you start to hear the holes in it where she's just using her voice because she hasn't filled in that part of the impression because it's not a deep character. And again, that's where I was like, so like if I was going to explain YouTube to somebody now, or if I was going to, the whole like go back in time and tell myself about, so remember in the 90s when SNL,
Hammer was a thing.
Remember in the 90s when there were all these really bad SNL characters, but they kept using them anyway? And then once you were really sick of the character and they stopped doing it on the show, then they make a movie, right?
Night at the Roxbury.
Right. And this was a thing for like 15 years or so. It consistently happened, even though for 10 of those years, everyone was like, every movie based on an SNL character is terrible. But they keep making them.
Yeah.
And
Mary Catherine Gallagher. That's another one. I didn't see that movie. I also did not see Night at the Roxbury.
Yeah. I mean, I also hated that character in particular, but
this is literally all I remember that character. Her falling into things and her smelling her armpits.
right, because that was
the whole character. Okay.
This isn't really a good example because I was trying to. Well, actually, no, this is a good example. Sorry.
It's a perfect example.
Yeah. So right, so
You're doing a great job right now, Matt. I want you to know you're a solid guy.
right. So was that Carl?
It's Donald Trump.
Oh, right, of course.
Yeah, I could try to do Carl. I don't think my Carl's good. People tell me my Carl's good. I don't think it's good.
I don't have a Carl.
My
yet.
meat wad is amazing.
Yeah, my Carl's gotten a lot better since I moved to New York, but it's not quite where I'd like.
She
it to
come
be.
hang out in the Garden State.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the point was, a lot of these YouTubers who do characters, or like Miranda Sings in particular, it's basically one character, but it's like such a weak character that, again, if you were auditioning for SNL, you would not even include it in your audition. You'd be like, that character needs a little work. Let me stick with my A material, and you would not use it. And yet, there are people who have, do you know how many subscribers she has in like the ballpark? I mean, it's got to be millions.
Oh,
right?
it's millions. Yeah.
Because all these people on the billboards and stuff is like 5 million.
Right, they tell you like how many subscribers they have or whatever, and it's millions.
Because they want you to kill yourself, I think.
Yeah, at the same time though, like I'm subscribed to a lot of YouTube channels. I certainly do not keep up with them. Right, it's sort of one of these deals where, maybe I have 20 minutes, before I need to be somewhere, and I'm like, oh, let me just go on YouTube. Oh, like all these people that at one point or another I found were interesting, like are, what have they done recently? But I certainly don't. So I feel like those they're not like sales, right? It's not like you sold millions of records.
Except that's, yeah, okay. So on
it's
YouTube,
like millions of people heard your song on the radio.
Right.
That's more like.
Well, here's the thing though. So it depends like how much it translates into. Like you can see that they translate to some degree into actual video views, but inconsistently, right? So I was watching for.
Well, sure, the two are have to. I mean, obviously there's the direct correlation, but I don't know how.
Well, the point is that
the
views is what actually translates into money,
right?
Because
Yeah,
they get the ads and they get CPM.
Well, and then a lot of people do other things, like Philip DeFranco like sells shirts and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And Miranda, like she goes on tour. She does like, she does these shows. They're like comedy performance shows, whatever. No, because she has a degree in musical theater.
Oh,
like that's her thing is like she actually sings.
That's the thing I meant to mention is like she's actually a good singer outside of the character.
Right. Well, and that's how she knows that people are bad singers.
Right.
But she'll do like, I've seen some footage from this where she'll sing, like they sound like show tuney stuff, right? And then she like turns into Miranda and does like the Miranda thing. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't been.
I mean, the comedy bar these days is set pretty low.
Yeah, that's why we have a podcast.
That's exactly why we have
we're
a
like,
podcast.
You know what? The bar is so low. We're not going to limbo under it. We're just going to leap over.
We're just going to casually step over it
and see if anyone notices.
Exactly. And so far, nobody has noticed. But not like in the good way.
How many subscribers are we up to? Because I was shocked when it was 40. That was
I don't.
Like I said, I thought it was going to be like 8.
I don't know. I have to actually check the actual subscribers. I mainly watch like the downloads, but I mean the downloads are still. I think we're about to hit like the first plateau is what I think is happening.
You're like, if these trends continue,
right? No, if these trends continue, and I think they're like the trends are they're cooling slightly.
Oh.
But I also want to see what happens once we get some more. We gotta get some poppy episodes.
The thing is,
we gotta get some mass appeal.
I've also, I think, told 2 people.
Yeah.
I mean, like I should probably maybe
if you
like,
want to tell people,
people like that's the problem. I don't think about it in terms of I only think about like, oh, when are we doing it, or like, what am I going to say? I never think about the like, oh, like there's this whole other part of it that sort of needs to happen in order for this time to
and again,
be
like
worthwhile.
I'm spending a lot of time figuring out the best ways to approach that, and frankly, again, a huge part of it is just
get a billboard.
Well, yeah.
I know how much that costs. We can get ads in the subway.
Oh yeah.
I have CBS Outdoor. I had a meeting with them about something else.
What does that go for?
Well, so these figures are probably outdated, but it was for what was it? It was for like 11,000 placards. Because you get on the subway, and it's like the thing where the map is. Like they also have the same size display, right? But they're ads. It was like 11,000 of those for 4 weeks. It was like $40,000 or something. So
yeah. So if I want to,
what I really wanted though was, okay, if you take this is like my ashamed New Yorker thing. I never ever 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 remember this. The 2 tunnels into Jersey. The Holland Tunnel is the southern one, and the Lincoln Tunnel is the Midtown one. Is that correct?
That sounds right.
Okay.
But I also forget that frequently.
Every single time I'm telling someone to take the tunnel, I go on Google Maps and look at the name. I cannot remember this. Okay, so anyway, the Midtown Tunnel, which I think is the Lincoln Tunnel. If you're on the Jersey side and you're trying to come into Manhattan, you have to do this turn. So it's at the end of the highway, and then it loops down, it spirals down into the tunnel. And so like on a rush hour, you could be on that loop for like over an hour, which I've definitely been there before. And there's this one billboard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you see that billboard for an hour. You do not forget that billboard.
Yeah.
That's the billboard I want to be on.
That's probably a pretty expensive billboard too.
Probably. I didn't get numbers on that.
Yeah. See, that's kind of the subway ads is kind of like the getting Van Halen in Wild Stallions, Bill and Ted. It's like, all right, so we need a video so we can get Eddie Van Halen in the band, but we need Eddie Van Halen in the band so we can make a video.
This $75 will get you $150 worth of laughs. Yes. Did it say laughs or comedy?
I think it was. Oh shit! I think you're right. I think it was comedy. Worth of comedy.
$50 worth of comedy.
Because that's even more abstract.
Hey, my song's on TV. Hey, you're there too.
Hey, they're playing us at MTV. No. This is SCTV.
I mentioned this yesterday, and someone knew what I was talking about.
Oh wow!
One person knew about the SCTV sketch, and another person knew about the Yacht Rock episode where that it was on.
I think I told you about this. I was watching Dan Harmon's podcast, Harmontown, and Felicia Day was on, and she was saying how she was a huge fan of Yacht Rock.
Yeah.
And it, I guess, was one of the things that she did this web series called The Guild.
Okay.
Where it's basically about, like, she was playing a lot of World of Warcraft, and write what you know. So she wrote a web series about the Guild, and it was fairly successful for a web series. However that works.
I don't know what the...
Well, now she has a whole career, so...
I don't know what the bar for that is. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is she real LA?
Yeah, well, that was the thing. Like, because I had never heard this part of her story. She just came out with like a biography called "You're Never Weird on the Internet," almost, or something like that. So she was kind of promoting that, and part of it was, this is the thing. It's her biography about how she kind of got her career started, and it was with this web series, which I didn't realize, but she basically like wrote and produced the whole thing herself.
Okay.
And
that's what you got to do,
right?
I mean, Eric Andre.
Yeah, and then she got people to help her shoot it. And well, I mean, I kind of suspected, because like I've never one or two of the people in it like were in stuff after it, but not much, and they definitely weren't in a lot of stuff before it. So she found her, out of work actor friends, like most of Channel 101. I guess that was the thing. She was a fan of Channel 101 too. And so, but again, so she's a nerd and she moved to LA and then like a nerd proceeded to, when not doing acting classes, like play Warcraft.
Right.
So but it worked out for her, but, I don't know.
Sometimes you can harvest that niche audience, man.
I mean, maybe we should get a copy of the book for Eric so he knows what to
do,
how to deal with
his guide to LA.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's a lot of videos of Josh Barnett playing Magic the Gathering on YouTube.
Oh yeah, we got to do an episode on the Gathering.
I know.
Yeah,
that's some serious business.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm glad that we managed to both work in religion and politics into this episode. By the way,
because then this will be our just you looks bad. No. So if we're gonna cover all the put it all in one episode, tie it all together.
Right. It'll either get like big downloads. Or,
I see what you're saying. And also, and if it's terrible, we can just go back to talking about wrestling next time.
Right.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying, if somebody's like, if they're gonna be bothered by the Pope stuff, well, they probably wouldn't be bothered by us bashing Donald Trump because really, who would be? No one's gonna be listening to this who would be like, look, Trump's going to make this country great again, all right? So I don't know what you're doing.
Well, even if they were, they probably wouldn't be like, you need to lay off the Donald.
Right.
Be like, he can handle it. He's a grown-up.
Yeah.
He can handle it.
He's doing pretty good. He's doing a pretty good job,
I said Trump was really intelligent.
Right.
I said he was really dangerous.
That's true.
He said he was really intelligent.
That's true. So controversy is good. We should start more controversy.
Controversy creates cash.
We should every per episode we should come up with one outrageous claim that isn't true, and then put it in the description of the episode. Say it at the beginning, and then just ignore it, and talk about it.
And if you really want to get all marketing on this, right, it needs to be about some super hot girl, and then you can use the cover photo because that's like every episode of Philip DeFranco's show.
Yeah,
the cover photo is like some very forward breasts. And it's something about like porn will kill us all ? Exclamation point. And then you watch it and it's like someone filed a lawsuit against some porn studio. But that's like news item 7 of 8.
Yeah.
And it's like 30 seconds of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we should do is every episode we should just tack on 5 minutes about whatever pop star has like the filthiest video recently.
Oh yeah, and then
just take the screen cap from it, and then
I don't watch music videos. That's all you.
Right. Well, plus I'm pretty sure that's you probably could have issues using their images and shit.
We should no, it's fair use. We should contact Donald Trump and be like, are you going to make America great again by desexualizing all of the videos? Because think of the children.
Yeah.
If I could get a sound clip of him saying, think of the children, then we would definitely make that album.
Think of the children. I'm trying to think, what context could you possibly get him to say that in?
I mean, Tipper Gore, like PMRC.
Yeah.
It's directly related to what we're talking about.
But it's Donald Trump.
Yeah,
I don't think that's like, or at least he hasn't yet attempted to go with like kind of morality angle or anything.
I don't know. Everything that I've seen has just been kind of crazy town. So.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, let's see. What else can we say about? Not much else to say about the Pope, really.
I know. You didn't go to a Pope show, did you?
No.
He was here.
Yeah, well, but he wasn't
did you see the
he wasn't
fake,
gonna play the album?
Did you see the fake article?
No.
It was Pope plays secret show at St. Vitus.
No.
Oh man.
Man.
It was good. They had photoshops of like him there and like high-fiving the guys on the rail. Like it was awesome. The thing was, I wish it had been in the Hard Times.
Yeah.
Because I want to plug Hard Times. So I'm going to just go ahead and plug Hard Times. If you don't know about the Hard Times, it's like the punk rock version of The Onion.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. But it was in, I can't remember, because it wasn't in something that I knew was satirical. Like it wasn't the Borowitz report, right? Which you see all the time, people linking it thinking that it's real. And you're like, oh no, it's like, I know it's in the New Yorker, but it's the satire column in the New Yorker, so it's satire. It was something that I didn't recognize immediately as being a satirical publication, but it was so great. It was Pope plays secret show at St. Vitus. For people who are listening to this who aren't in New York and don't know, so St. Vitus is this Brooklyn bar that has like a lot of like hipster black metal shows and stuff. You know, I've seen some pretty terrible doom bands there.
Fates Warning is playing there on Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Wait, which Tuesday?
Next Tuesday.
Like in the week?
Yeah, like in a few days.
Do I have tickets to that?
I don't either, but it's not going to sell out. But we should go.
Oh, what are they playing?
What are they playing?
Yeah, I mean, it's not John Arch, is it?
No, it's Ray Alder.
Oh.
I mean, I think they're doing a small tour. Imminent Sonic Destruction is on the bill, and they're doing the tour. And so,
we have
Tony with the sweater vest is going to be.
So we need to go. Yeah. Okay, we gotta go to this show.
Yeah,
okay. Oh wow. Okay, so Fates Warning are playing there. So that gives you a little context on this article. I would recommend you go read it for a quick laugh. Although I mean, we kind of already spoiled it. Sort of seeing the headline was,
or for a much slower laugh, just listen to this podcast again.
much hardier, but much slower. Yeah, I don't know. The Pope. I'm not inspired by his prog rock album.
Right. No, I think we got the gist of it.
I'm pretty lapsed.
Right. We just got to do our EDM remix of it.
Yeah, we need to take that ball and run with it.
Wake up! Wake up!
There needs to be a breakdown. Be like, wait, wake up.
Yeah. Exactly. They didn't.
Old school.
They didn't do anything with that sample. Yeah. I mean, the Pope. I mean, I guess he's still kind of out of touch with the kids. I guess
someday.
I guess that really old man.
Someday they'll appoint. Someday they'll appoint a young pope.
Yeah.
What they need is a young pope.
Yeah. Well, that's why the Kyle Mooney bit was so good on SNL. I mean, I hate to. I try not to make him be like, yo, you see that funny comedy thing that isn't this, but his Pope
there's
thing,
room for other comedy
especially because he looks so young, but he did a really good impression.
Yeah.
And that was he was like, it wasn't a bomb. It was kind of like the whole like trying to be young and cool kind of thing. It was pretty good actually. But
young Pope should be my hip hop persona.
Young Pope.
Yo, keeping it holy.
Nobody with a hat taller than mine. Oh man.
Open for Ghost.
Yeah. That was the
Light and Dark tour, the Heaven and Hell tour.
Yeah. That was the best comment I saw on the SoundCloud thing was, why does this sound like Ghost? Which it did. And to be fair though, that's interesting because Ghost is like fake evil Pope. That's like the whole gimmick for the main dude.
I don't know. I'm confused. I'm so confused by Ghost because they don't sound anything like what they like.
Exactly. That's
like they look like they should like tour with Behemoth, and then they sound like they should tour with Blue Oyster Cult.
Right. Yeah. They're like, ooh, evil, spooky Satan stuff, and then you're like, okay, cool. So where's the evil, spooky Satan music? And they're like, I just had this Blue Oyster Cult album I've been listening to for 10 years. So...
be like, we were promised a tour spot with Volbeat. I feel like that guy should sing in a Pope band.
Yeah.
Volbeat guy, the Elvis, the heavy metal Elvis,
the lonesome Pope. Be like, heavy metal cowboy songs about the Pope. Riding into America. It's the Pope.